Robert E. Lee Ewell.
Mr. Robert Ewell?
Hmm?
Are you the father of Mayella Ewell?
Well, her ma's dead, so I best be.
Just answer the question.
Yes, I am.
This is the first time you've ever been in court? I don't recall ever seeing you here. Let's get something straight. There will be no audibly obscene speculations from anybody in this courtroom as long as I'm sitting here. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Ewell, what were you doing on the night of November 21st?
Well, I was in the woods, bringing a whole bag of kindling down to my house. When I got to the fence, I heard Mayella screaming.
What time was this, sir?
You know, it was just before sundown, and as I was saying, sounded like she was getting the Jesus beaten out of her.
She was screaming?
Yeah, she was screaming a bunch, so I dropped my load of kindle, and I ran to the fence, and then I got a little stuck, so I pushed through, and I ran up to the window, and I saw John Robinson!
Hey! Quiet down now, Ewell. There's been a request in the courtroom to be cleared of all spectators and women and children. Request will be denied for the time being. People generally see what they look for and hear what they listen for, and they have the right to subject their children to it. But I can assure you one thing. You will receive what you see and hear in silence, or you'll leave this courtroom. But you won't leave it until the whole boiling lot of you come before me on contempt charges. Mr. Ewell, you will keep your testimony within confined Christian English usage. If that is possible, proceed, Mr. Gilmer.
You said you saw Tom Robinson having sexual intercourse with your daughter.
I did.
Could you see him through the window?
Yes, I could.
How far is that from the ground?
I would say about maybe 3.5 feet.
Did you have a clear view of the room?
I most certainly did.
How did the room look?
It was god awful. There was stuff everywhere, like a big wrestling match was there, you know.
What did you do when you saw the defendant?
Well, I ran around the house to get inside, but when I got inside, Tom Robinson was just ahead of me, but I was too distracted by Mama screaming on the floor.
Then what did you do, sir?
Well, I run for hectate as quick as I possibly could.
Thank you, Mr. Ewell.
You're welcome.
Just a minute, sir. Can I ask you a few questions? Now let's see, Mr. Ewell. You were doing a lot of running that day. Let's see. First, you ran to the house. Then you ran to the window. Then you ran inside. Then you ran to Mayella. At any time during all this running, did you run for a doctor?
No, because I never thought of running to a doctor. I had never gone to a doctor either. It's $5. You hear me? It's $5. All right? I can buy a sandwich with that money. No.
But weren't you concerned with Mayella's conditions?
Yes, no duh.
I mean, her physical condition. Don't you think she should have seen immediate medical attention?
What? Huh?
Don't you think she should have seen a doctor immediately?
Well, like I said before, I've never been to a doctor. I never thought of it. It's $5. All right? This is all right.
No. I have a few more questions. There's testimony, right?
How was that?
You heard what Mr. Hectate had to say.
Yes, I did.
So, do you agree with his description of Mayella's injuries?
How was that?
Well, she was beaten around the eye, and she was...
Yeah.
Okay. Bert, can you please read off Mr. Hectate's testimony, then?
Beating her on the head. There's already bruises coming on her arms anyway. She was pretty bruised up when I got there, and she had a black eye coming. Mr. French, which eye? Was it her left facing you, or her left looking the same way you were? Mr. Tate, oh yes, that'd make it her right. It was her right eye, Mr. French. I remember now. She was banged up on that side of her face. Her arms were bruised, and she showed me her neck. There were definite finger marks on her gullet. I'd say they were all around, Mr. Finch.
You heard it again, Mr. Ewell. Do you agree with what Mr. Hectate had to say?
Yes, I do.
Now, Mr. Ewell, can you read and write?
Objection. Can't see what the witness's literacy has to do with the case.
Judge, if you allow just one question plus another one, then you'll soon see.
All right, let's see. Make sure we see Atticus. Overruled.
So, Mr. Ewell, can you read and write?
Yes, I'm not dumb.
Clearly now so the jury can see.
Here you go.
Thank you.
What's so interesting?
You're left-handed, Mr. Ewell.
It doesn't matter what cross-bearing man and what Hannigan has done to me is wrong!
Thank you, Mr. Ewell.
Are you?
Oh, hey! I ran to the window, but I got caught in the fence, so I discombobulated myself, and I don't even know if that's a word or not.
She was screaming.
Yeah, she was screaming her head off, so I took a cookie out of her.
Give you through?
I most certainly did.
You heard the sheriff's toast. So do you agree?
Wait.
Around the head.
Owen,
Owen.
buddy.
Stop. I can't tell what.
Ow! Hey!
Alright.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you know I can't.